I feel lost. I don't know what's happening or what the future is. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just the not knowing all the time. I don't know. I don't have a home for my children.
They're alive but deeply traumatised. Last Saturday, Kinglake resident Ian Craven was stopped at a roadblock and watched in distress as the mountains exploded in flames, knowing his wife Kim and sons Shannon and Josh were at home in danger's way.
Watching all the houses burn, the wind was near on knocking me over, and I just knew that Kinglake West, Pheasant Creek, everyone up that way were in big trouble. And there was nothing I could do. I think myself as a man, but I cried. I cried watching it. It was horrendous.
His family had no idea the fire was coming until the power went out and a friend rang to tell them to leave. They embarked on a hazardous and terrifying drive through town.
There was just cars going in all directions, just everyone's panicking. There's no car, there's no law where you should be, what side of the road you should be on. People running across the road, just screaming, and just you just zigzagged and hoped no one would hit you. And then my son was just screaming, "Mum, just drive, just drive. I don't want to burn alive, just drive," you know, and everyone, I'm screaming, "Drive where? You know, drive where? We can't get off the mountain."
Many died trying to flee in cars, but incredibly, Kim Craven and her 2 boys made it to a friend's house. They'd fled with a bag each of belongings and their 3 dogs. When the fire was at its most intense, Kim Craven felt sure they were going to die and made a heart-wrenching call to her husband Ian.
And I thought, I have to ring him. And Ian was trying to talk to me, and I just said, I have to say goodbye.
If ever you got your heart ripped out, that's what it was like when she said that. And I just broke down. Then I get a message from Josh. He always calls me Pa. He said, "Pa, I love you, but we're in trouble." And I've rung him, bawling my eyes out. I said, "Don't ever send me a message like that again."
Are they the Chambers?
Kim Craven and her children survived the night, but they know many who did not. Revered former newsreader Brian Naylor and his wife Maureen are among the 39 confirmed dead at Kinglake and Kinglake West. But with more than 500 homes destroyed in the area, that figure is expected to rise. But why, out of all of the blazes across Victoria, was this one so deadly?
Kinglake itself is a heavily timbered area. It's on the outskirts of Melbourne for large bush areas, bush environment if you like. You have to understand that before Saturday's fires we had here in Victoria 4 or 5 days of 30s, high 30s, low 40 temperatures, so it really dried the whole environment out right across the state. We then had on that particular day forecasted, predicted and actual weather that is unprecedented, never seen in the history of this state and in fact of this country.
Steve Warrington is the state coordinator of the Country Fire Authority. What
we do know is that you can't outrun a fire. It's just not possible to do that. We've had a clear message now to the community for some time that you know, don't evacuate, which effectively means don't be on the roads, because radiant heat can and unfortunately will kill people.
No warning, no idea it was coming. Just Which I don't
Everything
believe was
just-
anyone's fault. It was just so ferocious, so quick, and just had no idea. Had less. Well, we had 20 minutes, less than that.
The state's bushfire management will now be examined by a royal commission. Some, like the Cravens, believe there's not enough backburning done in the forests.
All the locals have been saying for years, it's a timber box waiting to go.
For residents, there are more immediate questions about the fate of loved ones and friends, property and stock losses. Kim Craven and her sons left Kinglake in an emergency convoy on Sunday morning, and the family was finally reunited. They've been staying with friends but returned to the Whittlesea Relief Centre today to catch up with neighbours and seek news on whether their house is still standing.
Apparently our house is okay. Hey, Ginny.
Are you serious?
Many are still wondering. Eventually, residents will be allowed to return to their towns to salvage what they can and rebuild their homes and try to get on with their lives. But they'll remain haunted by this fire for a long time to come.
I've lost a lot of friends, and I know I'm going to be going past their places. And their houses are gone, they're gone. I've got to get my head around all of that. But I want to go back. I want to go back.